They wanna know about Islam, we'll give them da'wah. They wanna know what a Muslim does, we'll give them da'wah. When they wanna hate on our deen, we'll give them da'wah.
كن فريدا عش بفخر في الحياة لا تبالي.
So did Nabil Qureshi, so did many others. When they come, they learn their lesson from the Muslims. It's not a boasting thing. That's the reality. And speak a scholar.
That's why you could not even respond to slavery.
Listen. So what I'm saying is, Surah Al-Kafirun, what I'm asking you, because Abdullah Samir, as in your own testament, hasn't done it, this particular surah, go and ask a professor of Arabic, classical Arabic, to produce something like it. So I will give you 1 year to come back. Is 1 year enough time, do you think?
Yeah.
Good, 1 year. You're a visitor.
This is clearly for the camera.
Excuse me.
Come on.
Listen.
Come on.
For you, you're not taking this seriously. I'm being very serious.
No, you're making a show.
No, I'm being very serious. Secondly, brothers, okay. So what I'm saying is, this is a task you have to do. What you don't know is that books have been written by professors in the Arabic language showing how this is inimitable, which obviously you haven't read because you haven't got the access to the language. Or do you speak Arabic?
I beg you, brother. Sorry.
Do you speak Arabic? An affirmation simply.
No, I'm Kurdish.
Right.
I don't have to speak Arabic.
If you read a book by Bassam Sa'i, he has published monographs, actual academic works, and given the example of Surah Al-Kafirun itself, as well as various other surahs. Why this surah was unimitable by the Arab scholars at that time. Secondly,
you're joking.
I'm not joking.
This is a joke.
Look, I'm being serious. You need to wake up to reality.
I do not believe what you believe. It's not.
That's English.
It doesn't matter. This is the exact meaning of Qul Ya Ayyuhal Kafirun.
What you don't realize,
so that is nonsense.
You know what? I have spent all this time with you, and you haven't even got to the very basics of the nature of the challenge. The nature of the challenge is not, as you said, how eloquent it is, how unique it is. False. Your assumption that, let me finish.
Do you know how many Muslims struggle, how many scholars are struggling about certain words in a verse?
My friend,
yeah?
Your assumption that the Quran is inimitable because it's unique, false. Because it's what? Eloquent, false. Quran is unique because of something that you don't even know yet. So I am saying the Quran is unique, and you have a professor in the Arabic language who's got a published work which I've given to the friends of Abdullah Samir, and he hasn't come back to me yet. Do you know his name? Hassan Radwan. He speaks Arabic. He's the one helping him to write those so-called surahs like it.
I don't think so, because he was an Arabic teacher.
Look,
so I don't think so.
This individual, in his own testimony,
he's very strong in Arabic. You don't need Abdullah Samir, which is a non-Arabic speaker.
Abdullah Samir doesn't know.
Why do you attack them?
I'm not attacking them. I'm saying
then why
I gave this.
Keep them out from the discussion.
No, I'm saying your friends, which you thought I don't know of.
Keep them out.
No, it's important. It's important.
No, keep
these ex-Muslims. They're ex-Muslims.
Now
are you going to let me finish, right?
Yeah.
These ex-Muslims, he was an Arab, and I gave him this book to understand the challenge. So you ask him, you ask Abdullah Samir.
Unprovable
excuse me, listen.
You can tell whatever you want.
Listen, what I'm asking you is simply, go and ask them, your friends, have you read this book? And have you managed to understood the challenge, and can you imitate it? Because this book lays down to you objective criteria and measures of how to imitate the Quran. You obviously don't know anything about the nature of the challenge. That's why it's difficult. Secondly, you talked about, let me finish, Omar Khayyam. Did Omar Khayyam produce a chapter like under this Quran? We find no examples, or are they?
Omar Khayyam discovered so many.
I asked you a question.
He loved all his life about Quran.
You don't speak English very well, do you?
No, of course not, because it's not my first language. Does it?
Can we end the discussion here? Because he can't speak English.
Is there any issues with that? I'm not.
I had asked you.
English is not my first language.
I had asked you, had Omar Khayyam produced an imitation of the Quran? I am not asking his opinion about
many people after him.
Excuse me.
Until today.
Excuse me, my friend Kian. You bring the names of people. Abdullah Samir, Omar Khayyam. You brought X, Y, and Z. Have they managed to give us a documentary evidence of an imitation they have done of the Quran.
Yes.
Where?
But the only thing is you don't accept this as a proof, because your mindset is already Quran is perfect.
So where can I find
and that's why you think.
So which surah did Omar Khayyam imitate that you are familiar
I'm not
with?
Speaking about Omar Khayyam and the surah,
don't you
I
get
said
it?
there was people after him.
Wait.
They done it.
Look,
and he mocked. He mocked Quran a lot.
Excuse me.
And
you are an intelligent person.
Its context.
Look. No doubt. God has given you intelligence, or nature has given you intelligence. Yeah, nature is your God, right? At this very minute. With this intelligence, I'm simply asking you, who has imitated? Where can I read it? So you said, mention the name Omar Khayyam.
I just said Omar Khayyam.
Can I finish?
Disprove Quran.
Are you all like that? No, of course you're not.
Book.
I am
I'm not
simply
saying he said Surah Al-Kafirun or any other.
Look. When somebody asks you, who has imitated which chapter, and you bring Omar Khayyam, who hasn't?
I never said this.
Okay, good. So did you answer my question? Of course you didn't. You answered a question I didn't ask. Did I ask you which individuals in the history of Islam for 1400 years disagreed with the eloquence of the Quran and said, oh, it doesn't make sense there, it's not beautiful here? You can bring this people.
This is a disagreement, isn't it?
Excuse me, listen.
And this debunks your idea of a perfect Quran.
Hello.
No, only because
I have
you
not
think
finished
your
my
Quran
statement.
is perfect doesn't mean it's perfect, isn't it?
I asked you, the Quran challenges people to imitate it. So what you should do, what you should
but
do.
You was not happy
you know
with
what?
the result.
He said they done it, right? Did you all hear that? They done it. Who done it? Who done it? Give me a name and their works that I can read. Okay, I'm going to write it now. Name of the individual who's done it, or individuals, and their works that I can read, and which surah they imitated. Number one.
Yeah, I can give you that.
Go and give me now.
Take my email address and I send you all together. Yeah, I don't have it with me. I just came here to watch around.
Are they available?
But I can show you. It's very easy for me.
Very easy for you, right? Can you Google it? It's not on the internet yet.
I don't know if you can Google this.
So you're saying such a thing that's been done
Everything can be Googled.
Wait.
Whole Islam can be Googled.
Wait. And yet it's not on the internet yet?
It is.
Good. So if you Google it now, you should be able to find it. You don't use my phone? I've got internet connection. Or you can use yours. And tell me which surah they imitated. And what are the credentials? It's important to know. And while you're looking for it, you talked about like, oh, have I studied Greek or no Greek enough? You find it. Don't listen to me. I'm just, for you, background information. When it's necessary, I would go to the Greek and Hebrew to understand what they're trying to say. I am not a person that I will make up my own understanding of what Christian texts saying. The Christian texts do not demand you don't even know me. The Christian texts do not demand that you understand the text only in the Greek or in the Hebrew. They're happy with the English translations, so we discuss in English translations. They do not say our teaching is restricted in the original language. If they did, then I would be talking in the original language and I would say, what does it say in the original language? They don't demand that. The difference is in the Islamic avenue, the Quran is in Arabic. So you have to bring Arabic language in. You have to go to the Arabic original text when there is a dispute or disagreement. But they don't ask that. But even so, when the Christians are talking about some things, we go to... So, for example, we say, oh, Jesus said before Abraham was ego eimi. Ego eimi is not English, it's Greek. We go to that level because we want to know what did he say in the original language that they are presenting their text in. So yes, we do. Just because you think you're going to just dismiss me, oh, Christianity is not true because I don't go into the Greeks and so on. No. The arguments that Christianity and the Christian theology is false can be done without the language, even what they would agree with. You don't have to go to the language to understand their theology. But the Quran is different because the Quran is miraculous, inimitable in the Arabic language. So your questions about every text like Sanskrit and so on, they're unique. You misunderstand the challenge of the Quran. It's not just unique. The Quran is inimitable in the way it is. That is the challenge. And it tells you, the scholars have written books, as I gave you one name, how it is unique. So questions about saying, oh, everything else is, because of this, they're eloquent in their own way and so on. That's not the challenge of the Quran. So your misunderstanding of the nature of the challenge, like everyone else is, causes you to make these assumptions. These are only your assumptions that Quran is imitated. Quran is imitable. So let us now see the evidence.
So when you, for example, if you want to make a proper research, go to Wiki Islam, and then see what they have published so far on challenges around the world against Quran.
Yeah. So name me, give me a good.
I cannot find the sources here.
Wiki Islam, as
but
you said. Go to Wiki Islam.
Wiki Islam is a very reliable source of ex-Muslims.
Go ahead.
And
Use it.
people, Arabs, they proper understand.
Good, good. Use it. Use it.
It doesn't have it, it's not very good.
So I think partly, while you are searching again, the problem is people don't understand the Quran. The Quran came in a unique linguistic genre, in a linguistic innovation that the Arabs have never heard or seen when it came to them. It was shocking for them. And that's why, some of them died by this linguistic shock. Yes, by hearing this Quran says, when they heard the word like فَاسْدَعْ بِمَا تُؤْمَرْ. Now he's going to deny history. فَاسْدَعْ بِمَا تُؤْمَرْ. It's a simple phrase. This Bedouin said, it's impossible this can come from.
And that's why for 13 years
it can be impossible.
Muhammad's message.
It's impossible that a human being can write this. Because they had their forms of speech. The Quran came in a form of speech which they could not imitate it. If I speak to you, very bad example, in a language that you have never heard of, but you're understanding it,